Hello Corporate World. We just want to thank y'all for being here. So my name is Carrington, also known as the Pink C. And as far as Hello Corporate World goes, I am the social media coordinator and event coordinator.
My name is Jermaine. I'm better known as Trizzy Dollars, or you might know me as Turtle. It really don't matter. You hear that? But I'm a host personality. Do a lot of things with modeling and brands and all that.
We're just gonna have all of the business owners just say your name, the name of your brand, and what it is that you do.
So my name is Kyla. I am from Raleigh. I am the owner and creator of Ky's Candles. And what I do is I hand make and customize all of these candles that you see over here. I spend hours testing them. I make candles for different companies, your logo, your brand. I've done candles for baby showers, gender reveals, weddings, bridal showers. So what I just love to do is create a different aesthetic.
I am Kayla J. I am a on-air media personality in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm originally from Charlotte. I went to North Carolina Central University, Eagle Pride, for the Aggies in Milton. But I am my brand. I don't have a business, but I am my business, if you get what I'm saying.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Chef Dave. Me and my brother, we have a brand that we're working on by the name of Reclusive. I do the food portion, he does the clothes, and we're just trying to shift the culture in Greensboro, change the community around here.
And he is serving lunch today, okay? We're gonna eat good for the team. Yes.
Hello, I go by the name Dukes. People call me Young Dukes as well. I own a brand called Young, but to kind of sum up what Young is, it's not just clothing. A lot of people see me in them, they see clothing, but I like to think of it as that's what I provide for Young. It's a platform in itself, and my job for Young is to help with the fashion. So it's just how I contribute. It's a little bit bigger than me.
What's up, everybody? My name is Val Jones. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I started my brand called Change Your Mindset in 2017. I'm big on self-mastery. I believe once you change the way you think, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve in life. So I'm passionate about helping people achieve what they want to achieve. Once you change the way you think, you can change the way you look at life. I believe your thoughts control your feelings, and your feelings controls your actions. So a lot of people skip the thought process and jump straight to feelings, right? So that's how a lot of people get in trouble, because they skip the thought process. But once you know how to think, you can control whatever's happening in your life.
You can tell he really motivational speaking, but as soon as he got the mic,
Weren't you married or
I'm here, yeah, like that.
Here, we literally could not have made this happen without y'all. So please give yourselves a round of applause for real. Forever. And I want y'all to feel that in y'all spirit. Seriously. We're all in this together, This is what community is about. So, we're just gonna go ahead and get into questioning, y'all.
Whatever you're doing right now, your entrepreneur service, what motivated you to do that?
Before we started our business, we just worked regular jobs, and it got to the point where we just like, man, I need more. Like, I can't continue to live like this. Like, I want more out of life. And that's how we kind of started our brand. And we've only been in business for 2 years. And then just in May, I quit my job. That summer, I worked at Benton College, and during the summer, the kids out of school, so I'm out. And I was doing my plays, I was catering and stuff like that. And I was living life. Like, I didn't have a job, I was paying my bills, I was doing whatever I wanted to do. Then I went back to work in August, and I started struggling. I'm like, how am I back at work and I'm struggling? I'm like, it don't make sense. So I went to my boss, and I'm like, I need either more money or I need more time. And I went from working like 6 to 7 days a week to 3 and 2 days. And I still, I started calling out to do my business, because I felt like that was what I needed to do. And come May, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like, I want to take that, because if you never take that leap of faith, you'll never know what you're really capable of. So it was like, let me go ahead and jump out here and see what I can really do. I'd rather put 120 into my business and fail than to never take that risk.
No, you keep that, man. I like that answer. Y'all give it up for him. I got this. So you see the clothing line, but I'm also like, bro, it's food. Food is genius, because everybody eats, so you're always gonna have a business. What inspired the food?
Growing up, I used to just make oodles and noodles. I'm hungry, so I try different stuff with oodles and noodles, and then it just got to the point all right, I'm pretty nice, so I just kept doing my thing, but over time, like when I graduated high school, I didn't originally go to college. I was working jobs. So I'm 18 working in warehouses with people that's like 30, 40. I'm on my phone, they mad at me. I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like, y'all know I'm gonna do this. Like, so then I'm like, what can I go to school for? My brother went to A&T, so I'm like, I like to cook. Like, let me see what I can do with that. Then I went to cooking school. I'm like, before I went, I'm just like, damn, bro, I'm gonna be a big chef one day. I'm gonna do this. And then, like I said, I went back in maybe like 2013, but it wasn't until 2 years ago that I really decided to take it serious because like I saw the other people around here. Like me personally, I feel like I had the best food in Greensboro, North Carolina. And I was just like, I see the competition that I have around here, so it's like, why not apply myself? So it's like when you really challenge yourself to be greater than what you're already doing, you push yourself to limits, and it's just like, all right, I got over this first obstacle, let me see what I can do next. And it's just like, as you keep practicing your craft, it's only gonna get better. It's about what you put into it. A lot of people don't like to go that extra mile. I've been doing the extra mile for 2 years, and I'm reaping the benefits. Like I said, I quit my job in May. I just turned 25 a couple weeks ago. Like, not too many people can say that, so, yeah.
We don't have our next answer.
Other people, honestly. And it's not so much of who's supporting me that motivates me, it's more so of me helping other people. I really believe like I'm a servant. Like I was put on this earth to serve. And I've always found joy in providing service to others. Like when I give somebody something or when I do something for someone, the joy on their face makes me happy. So that keeps me motivated to know when I'm on the radio and I'm talking, I could honestly be changing somebody's life in that very second.
If someone gives me a challenge, like I want you to do this or this scent or something. So I just did it and I gave myself the challenge. And what really motivated me, I'll be honest, it was my failures. Like candle making is not easy. You gotta go through obstacles, speed bumps, patience, everything. And sometimes things don't happen. But I was like, if I give up now, then why did I start? Why did I invest all this time and this money into my brand and my craft? So every time that I failed, I was like, all right, this is motivating me some more. So, every setback's a setup for a comeback. I know you already know that. So.
Yeah, it's good. It's real good.
Do that too. Candle making, I feel like, is special as well, just because everybody likes to smell good. So when you were first getting into candle making, what was your first line of information? Like, where did you go to get started? Like, you can learn anything on YouTube, but I don't know if you did YouTube. You knew someone who was already into making candles. You researched it on the internet.
It was trial and error. It's a lot of testing and process that goes into it. So if something didn't go right, I'd be up to 2 a.m., 3, 4 a.m. just researching, Googling. Literally everything, every answer that you need is at your fingertips with your cell phone. So just that, and even candle making books. So whatever I could do to just educate myself and just asking people around me, what do you like in the candle? What do you look for in a candle?
It's easy for people to get started with things, and we all know that once you start something, after that, it's going to be something that's going to come in front of you, and it's going to try to make you stop doing whatever you're doing. What are some challenges that you might have to deal with if you're trying to come up with the same one?
I know for me, it can actually be just getting product. How are you going to stand out from everybody else that's doing the same thing that you're doing? I drive 10 hours to New York, get my stuff, I come 10 hours back. So sometimes it's just if you chose the grind that you decided to choose, you're going to have to take the necessary sacrifice.
You have to earn respect. And that's very hard because some people can just submit an application and a resume and they get the respect instantly. But for me, I had to earn it. I had to do things and go to events that I really didn't want to go to. I had to do a lot of things that were not paid. So it's just, you have to have a different type of grind. You can't allow somebody to determine if you're going to have a door open in your field. You got to create your own door sometimes.
Don't let other people put their fears on you. And what I mean by that, a lot of people feel like they can't do something, so they tell you can't do it. It's like, just because you're scared to do it don't mean that I want to do it. So that's what I start off by saying. But when it comes to cooking, I think some of the greatest challenges that I faced, honestly, was number one, just getting people to trust you with their food. Like, when people eat, they have to trust you. Yeah. And that's probably the biggest thing. Like, people are so funny, like, I don't know him, I ain't eating food. You gotta have thick skin in the kitchen. Then also with me cooking at Bennett, I'm cooking for girls all day, every day. they not doing nothing but talking junk. Oh, you can't cook, you did. So it's just like, it's building me so that like, now like I love criticism. Like if you don't like something, tell me you don't like it, but it doesn't bother me. Like some people, it might really boil them. Like, oh my God, they don't like nah. Like you need to hear that. Like you don't always need to get that. Oh my God, it was great. Because if you always get that, you'll never know what it's like to fail. So it's like sometimes you gotta hear that negative thought.
So at what point in you doing your business did you realize like, yo, I need this social media thing? Because all you see on Instagram is Chef Dave, me please, people holding these signs with a plate in their hand.
Before even the Instagram promotion was heavy, like I had filters on Snapchat. Like I just like giving people different views because then you got to keep people's attention. Like you have to constantly be in people's face. You have to constantly get them something new to look at. Because if you're not in their face, like they're gonna forget you. Like it's always somebody trying to take your place, and it's always somebody doing what you do, and it's always somebody just as hungry as you. So it's like, what's going to separate you from everybody else? So me personally, it was just always throwing a different look out there, and social media definitely helped me a lot. Like I'm big on like with the promotion, so I realized early on, and me and my brother, like when it comes to our brand, we promote everything like a party. Like, because we used to throw parties, so that's how we promote our business. Like we make you so intrigued with what we're doing. It's like, what they doing? Like, it's just a t-shirt that we dropping, but you thinking Jay-Z about to walk in the building because we gonna give you that energy.
Yeah, energy is everything. Very vibrant, very vibrant.
Yeah.
Mr. Young Dukes.
One of the things that I was thinking in the beginning is how do I get this train going and it just never stop, you know? Because with fashion, you know, things are based off of season, and then on top of that, you gotta think about how long it actually takes to produce something. It's not like music where you can hop in the studio and drop the track as soon as you finish. You know what I'm saying? You gotta you gotta design it, you know what I'm saying? You gotta figure out what shirts you're gonna do, you gotta figure out what manufacturer, you gotta see what their turnaround time is, you know what I'm saying? Samples gotta come in, it's a long process. So, you know, I can think of an idea today and people might not see it till 3 months from now.
Right.
You know, so with that, I was like, well, you know, knowing that, how do I, what he said, stay in people's face. How do I stay in people's face, you know, knowing that? So with that, what I did was I just expanded my craft. I made sure that there was no medium that I couldn't do. So whether that be hand painting, cutting sew, getting on the sewing machine myself, manufacturing it, there was nothing that I couldn't do. You know, so it was just time, you know, researching and figuring out, you know, how do I do all this stuff myself, you know, just being a student of the game.
Because the candles is different. I can always post, but people don't know how it smells in person. And I think that's the biggest challenge that I've had to face while candle making, because it's like, oh, strawberry shortcake, but does it really smell like strawberry shortcake? Like people can get kind of skeptical or things like that. So to overcome the challenge of social media, like, yeah, I can post, like you see it, but you can't smell it. So I just try to get my name out there more by vending. I will be talking to random people, have some candles in the car, like, hey, do you like candles? Or I see them looking at candles at Bath and Body Works, slide in my car, you know, you're gonna support Black-owned business. So
when dealing with business, one thing I've learned is you kind of have to be selfish with you. Like, and when people hear selfish, they always think of it as a negative thing. But you have to be selfish with your time and your space because nobody knows your vision like you do.
I'm a business owner, so I know that sometimes we put the business in front of ourselves sometimes. But how do you all practice self-care and self-development?
I read somewhere that, you know, you gotta treat your brand like your baby. You gotta eat before you do. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely facts, you know. So you gotta wake up and you gotta think about that. You know, so to try not to overwork yourself, you know, like I said, you gotta find that hobby, you gotta find that second go-to. And then also you really, really, really have to, you know, rely on your friends and your family. You know, that's big. You know, as much as, you know, drawing that line is important, you also got to know when to erase that line.
How much time do you all spend in financial literacy and understanding what cash flow means? Because don't understand what that means.
Great question, bro. I gotta get that to you. So it took me graduating to realize I didn't know anything about how money works. Most of us, we decide to leave like work and jump into entrepreneurship. And some people don't know, as an entrepreneur, self-employed, you pay the most taxes. It's crazy because you can think you're doing good for yourself. How does a business like Amazon, they don't even pay taxes? They get money back. But the little struggling entrepreneur like myself, I gotta pay more than them. It's because they're providing a service. They provide jobs, they provide real estate. If I asked y'all what McDonald's was about, most people would probably say hamburgers, right? It's about real estate. You have money coming in. It took me graduating to realize school don't teach you nothing about money or how it works. So if you're not learning about how money works, you will always be investing your time to earn money. If you don't get your money working for you, you will be working for the rest of your life.